Hello and welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly tarot reading for July 8th to July 15th for the sign of Cancer. Alright, so Cancers, my lovely Cancers, you guys always come out strong for my videos. Thank you so much. So let's get your two cards out. If you're a regular here at my channel, you know the drill. The weeklies, I pull out two Romance Angel Oracle cards to signify the two energies involved in whatever relationship or dynamic that is taking center stage in your life this week. That could be a business partnership or relationship, to do with career, it could do with friends, family, lovers, what have you. But whatever the main event is, right? We're going to look at it. So, let's see. Cancers, what's up with our lovely Cancers for this July 8th to the 15th. Your first card, engagement. And very soon. Beautiful. So, engagement and very soon. So, your relationship is taking a higher level of commitment very soon. Now, these two cards could come out for all kinds of relationships, right? It's not necessarily that it's per se about love. It does say your love life is ascending, but when we're talking about relationships in general, this could indicate friendships that become closer, business partners that become closer, right? So we won't know until we get your spread out. So let's get right into the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to pull out your 7 cards for our lovely Cancers, July 8th to the 15th. What's going on with our beautiful sign of the crab? Cancer, water sign. Show us what's going on for our lovely Cancers for this week, July 8th to the 15th. What's the main event? What are the affirmations, reaffirmations, warning signs to look out for? Show me. Jumpy. Cards are jumpy today. Show me what's going on, Cancer. Give me a clear reading, a nice, focused, concise, clear reading. Show me. So, Cancer, your first card out is 8 of Wands. Wow. All right, so a lot of information coming in very quickly in a kind of chaotic manner, right? Requiring focus, certainly. But we'll get into that 8 of Wands. Your card for yourself, Cancer, is 5 of Pentacles. Your person is Temperance, could be a Sagittarius, or at least someone who has a lot of Sagittarian energy. 4 of Cups is your card for the relationship. 7 of Swords is for your person. Your person's card for you is Strength. 8 Major Arcana, and the card for the relationship is the Sun, 19. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups certainly talks about a relationship that takes gets to the level of endurance, stability, working towards harmony. 6 of Cups is often indicated as the soul mate energy card, twin flames energy card. Underneath you've got beautiful Page of Cups. So it is very much about love this week. Letting someone you know how much you care about them, how much you feel about them, how strongly you feel about them. All right. So, but 8 of Wands is very much aping the number of boundaries, restrictions, discipline, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. So oftentimes 8 of Wands can indicate a quick succession of information coming in, opinions, people coming at you. Sometimes it can indicate an overexcited amount of creative energy when you've got just, ideas are coming in a very chaotic manner, right? And so it requires for you to be very disciplined. It requires for you to focus, right? So that you can distinguish what information coming in is worth paying attention to, what options or opportunities coming in are worth paying attention to. Also indicates the need to put up boundaries, right? So that you don't have so much coming in, right? So certainly in a protective way, it's time to pay attention and to kind of like, I guess, I don't want to say put up a filter or a screen, but certainly put up boundaries so that certain individuals, certain energies don't come in, right? Or can't affect you. So you have a lot going on this week, Cancer. You have a lot on your mind. Now, for your card for yourself, you have Five of Pentacles. So you're feeling a little bit disheartened, a little bit abandoned, right? Five is the number for power struggle. Five of Pentacles can indicate that a power struggle that you've lost, a power struggle, that someone has abandoned you. They've ousted you in a way from either the group, the job, or the project. But it can indicate that you have suffered financially as a result of this, right? You can see the two people on the card. They seem quite destitute and poverty-stricken. This isn't to say that you are poverty-stricken, but it is to say that Five of Pentacles not only indicates separation and being kind of alienated, right? Having energies kind of come against you, push you away, push you out, right? But also also it indicates that you've suffered in some way financially as a result. Could be that you were ousted from a project, right? And now you're not making as much money. It could be that you had a bad breakup, and as a result of that breakup, you were left off much worse off financially. So that is the major indication of Five of Pentagrams, is being left off in some way financially worse off as a result of a power struggle. And so that's what you're going through this week, Cancer. Your person, though, that you see them, and I do believe this is a very affectionate relationship. I won't necessarily say this is a love relationship, okay? Because Six of Cups can indicate soulmate, but it also can indicate a deep friendship as well, right? A deep affection for a friend. But Cancer, you see your person as Temperance. Temperance is the Sagittarian card. You see your person as having a lot of control over themselves. They're able, I think that one of the reasons why you're attracted to this person in any kind of way, whether it be for friendship or romance, is because of their ability to temper themselves, to control themselves, to adapt. They very easily adapt to scenarios and situations, right? They almost seem to be a master at social scenes, right? Social scenarios. Temperance is just, when somebody shows temperance, they're able to be calm, they're able to be patient. They know when to be passionate, they know when to pull back. It's just this very, very kind of, I want to say it's a very elegant way of having dominion of yourself, right? Somebody who shows temperance shows a lot of grace in the way that they behave and in the way that they temper their emotions, right? You can see the character here is pouring from one goblet to the next, right? Pouring water. It can often indicate the merging of water and fire in a very alchemical way to create something new. Sort of balancing your emotions and your fire, within yourself to always respond in the best way that you can. That, of course, is the highest exaltation of this card, but certainly traits of this are in your person, and it's certainly what you are attracted to. Especially with this Eight of Wands, this very chaotic energy coming in. Surely this kind of tempered nature that this person has, I think they make you feel quite calm, quite relaxed, and like I say, you're drawn to that. However, there is an indication for Cups here that, the relationship isn't quite as stable as you would like it to be. All right. You see yourself here, you're not quite there for an actual relationship. You're not quite sure, what are they offering you? They have a cup there, it's empty, it looks like all of the other cups. The person, the figure in the card indicates that, I've been through all of these other cups and they're not what I want. What you're offering me seems to look exactly the same. And so I'm not going to take what you're offering me until you show me some sign that you have more to offer, that you have more stability to offer. I didn't find any stability in these other relationships. And so I'm not ready to give of myself anymore until you show more of what you can offer me. Right. And then that's fair advice in any relationship. Oftentimes, a lot of us get into relationships before the individual has even proven to kind of fulfill our very basic criteria or our basic standards for the type of individual we allow to come into our lives. You know, many of us, I get a lot of people come to me and want me to do private readings for them about relationships in which they've gotten into where they, from the very outset, showed no sign, they had no boundaries, they had no rules or regulations, they had no standards. It was as if, you know, they were swept up by somebody who simply said the right words. They never proved their actions. They never did anything to prove their actions. And in fact, oftentimes from the very outset, their actions have been completely opposite to their words. But we as people so quickly listen to words and believe the words that somebody tell us rather than believing their actions, that later on when they turn out to be a complete heel, suddenly it seems to come out of left field. Oh, well, they never acted like this before. They've never done this before. It must be me. Something must be wrong. I must be able to fix it. Let me bring them back to the way it was before. But the truth of the matter is, this isn't anything new. This is simply a side of themselves that you haven't seen yet. And now you're seeing it, right? And this is this idea that, you know, oftentimes, especially a lot of women do this. And I have most of my clients who come to me are women for readings, right? They so very quickly believe that because they're having a good time or because something is quite romantic and the person has said all the right words, that this is it. This is the end all. This is the be all. And then when this person turns around and either ghosts them, leaves them, or acts in some way contrary to what they've been, how they've been acting, they absolutely refuse to pay attention to it. It's as if they pay attention to all of the actions and words that they like, but when the person acts in a way that is contrary to that, that they completely choose to ignore. Suddenly there's a reason for that. Suddenly there's an excuse for that, right? So it's quite interesting, you know. I mean, people will show you who they are the first time around, all right? So it's a famous saying, right? Believe them when they show you, right? So, yeah, you're being very careful here, Cancer, and I applaud you for that. I do like Four of Cups energy in general because I believe it's very, Four of Cups energy is good for anyone who's learning how to require and insist on certain standards and a certain level of stability from someone who wants to be in a relationship with them, rather than just that wishy-washy, you know, I'll tell you anything you want to hear and I can just crap all over you as long as I tell you the right words. Your person, Seven of Swords, right, is feeling very much like they've been cheated. Like, you know, they feel very much like somebody hasn't been playing fairly with them. Somebody has been throwing obstacles in their way of achieving their goals, their dreams. It could be that they feel very much like others are trying to get in the way of their happiness, right? Others are trying to interfere in their relationships. They feel quite slighted. And really indignant about the whole thing, really, right? Seven of Swords indicates individuals who want something so badly they're willing to cut corners for them rather than to earn them. Now, it could also be that your person is this individual. It could be that not so much that they feel as though they've been cheated, but they could be the ones who are doing the cheating. They could be the ones who are kind of like, at the moment, cutting corners, not willing to really work for what they want, you know, kind of more quickly ready to take what they want from someone else, to covet other people's accomplishments rather than to work for their own, right? They show 8 for how they see you. Strength. Strength. And this is why I feel like, see, this Seven of Swords being their card for themselves. This is, I very much feel like this is not necessarily them acting this way, but this is how they feel that they've been treated. They feel like they have been the victim of the Seven of Swords energy. Certainly, if they see you as Leo, strength, right? 8 in the major arcana, they recognize your ability, your strengths, right? They recognize the fact, and again, another 8. You have 8 of Wands here. Here's the major 8. But in the major arcana 8, which is strength Leo, it's mostly really talking about understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, right? On which we base our boundaries and restrictions on. But understanding where we are strong and where we are weak. And your person certainly sees you as that. They see you as being someone who is very mature emotionally, right? And there may be something that they're looking for, an emotional maturity, right? They see you as being able to handle, they see you as kind of someone perhaps that makes them a bit stronger, right? They can see their own strengths in you, but also their weaknesses in you, right? This is their card for you. So it's quite interesting. It's almost like you both have major arcana cards representing each other. And they're both very much to do with how we handle our emotions, strength and temperance. So it's quite interesting, Cancer, that your person sees you as being very, very strong, emotionally strong and tough. And you see them as being very tempered and patient and emotionally mature, right? Temperance is an emotional maturity, whereas Leo is an emotional strength, an understanding of your weaknesses. And so in that way, you're quite compatible for each other, right? You certainly look at each other on an emotional level in terms of what the other person or how the other person handles their emotions. And it's kind of what draws you to each other. You're drawn to their ability to temper and control themselves, and they're drawn to your immense amount of strength and character. They do, however, see you or to see the relationship as the sun, right? The sun energy. So this is like confirmation. The sun comes out when everything is kind of going your way, right? Everything's quite positive. You're getting a lot of affirmations everywhere you turn, right? When you make decisions, it's almost like you're getting immediate affirmations that they're the right decision. They feel very much like this relationship is right, right? This is meant. They want you. They want to share the sun with you. They have a lot of positive and good feelings associated with this relationship. Interestingly enough, though, you are waiting. Waiting for more stability. Waiting for a deeper level of commitment. So it's quite interesting that you have engagement and very soon, right? So it could be that you're waiting for this kind of next level of stability. You're waiting for engagement to happen, which is a higher level of commitment to happen, to come from this individual, right? But they're feeling, I think right now, what's stopping them, and this is why it's very soon and not happening at the moment, is that they're very much dealing with some insecurities here. They're dealing with some self-esteem issues. Like I say, they're dealing with, feeling quite victimized at the moment. This could be in other areas of their life that really doesn't have much to do with you. They certainly see you as an emotional strength for them, so they could be reaching out to you in a way so that you are there for them as they kind of go through these emotions where they feel almost like they've been, cheated, victimized, stolen from, victim of theft. And so while they're dealing with this energy right now, and also while there's a lot of chaos going on around this whole relationship, because you've got 8 of Wands coming in. Like I said, you're feeling like you've gone through something recently that's kind of left you worse off financially. So you're kind of healing, and they're going through something recently that's made them feel quite like cheated and victimized, right? And interestingly enough, you both see in each other the attributes that are needed to handle these two issues, right? So they see in you strength, emotional strength, which would help them with their feeling of being sort of victimized. And you see them as a level of as a source of temperance, emotional maturity, and I would say prudence and patience, as a way to help you through this moment here where you're having this discord with individuals who have left you to a certain degree financially worse off. This could very much be a work issue. I don't necessarily believe that either of these issues are related to either of you two. These are separate issues I believe that both of you are going through separately. However, you see a certain level of support and strength in each other. The only difference here is that for you, Cancer, you're waiting for a little bit more stability. You want this engagement to come in. It's not here yet, but you're waiting for it before you finally make your decision or before you acquiesce and agree to move forward with this individual. So this is a very chaotic week for you guys. Let a lot of the chaos kind of settle. Take your time. Eight of Wands definitely indicates the need for um, prudence, patience, right? Establishing boundaries, right? Could be very much that a lot of this could be a lot of different feelings that you guys are having, that you're having, that they're having about the relationship, chaotic feelings, right? So again, when I say boundaries, could be very much here. In order for you to get that stability that you're searching for, you need to let your person know about your criteria, your standards, what you will accept and what you won't accept. And once you have this kind of conversation with them, I think that you'll be able to hash out perhaps some of these issues and come together like it indicates here with your romance oracle cards, with an increased level of engagement, but very soon, right? This isn't now, but hopefully coming in very soon, because your person very much sees you as the sun, you know, a relationship with you as positive, happy, affirming, everything that they wished for, right? So they certainly want to be with you. They want to have a relationship with you, right? But there's a lot going on here, and the only cup cards we have is Four of Cups and Six of Cups, right? So you're both going through a lot of things this week, but certainly lean on each other, talk to each other. You guys can be each other's strength. And like I said, even though right now there may not be romance in as much as you guys being together, this kind of support that you're going to lend each other this week and the conversation, you setting up your boundaries, will possibly, and as indicated here, lead to a higher level of commitment and engagement ultimately. All right, I'm going to call it, Cancer. This is your weekly reading for July 8th to July 15th. This resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified on all my releases, not just not just some of them, but all of my uploads. If you resonated with this reading and you'd like to get a little bit more insight to your particular situation with your person, you can always schedule a private reading with me and just follow that link at the bottom of your screen. And you can schedule a reading with me up to 7 days in advance, all right? But for right now, I'm just going to tell you, Cancer, have a wonderful July 8th to the 15th. See you next week. Bye-bye.